and so do our main match, Liverpool against Arsenal, arguably the two most disciplined sides in the First Division, and who are meeting for the third time in 7 days. It's the sort of familiarity sure to frustrate the most experienced of players, and yet Liverpool have been able to produce two young reserves more than equal to the task. So before we join our match commentator, Gerald Sinstad, let's hear from the Liverpool manager, Bob Paisley, speaking before the match.
They did a tremendous job the other night, and Sammy and Colin did on Saturday. It's not the easiest of games to come in, semi-finals in the game. All professionals will tell you that. It's not good. The players know too much about each other, and this leads to a little bit of frustration. And this is why I said to the officials, I hope there's a little bit of understanding. I mean, you don't ask for no favours, but just a little bit of understanding, because these people know so much about each other, and this tends to make it frustrating.
Liverpool's policy has always been to make the minimum of changes, and with their casualties still not available, it's the side that played at Villa Park on Wednesday. Steve Highway is the substitute. David Fairclough was the goal scorer at Villa Park. That was his 12th goal of the season from very limited opportunities. And Alan Sunderland's equaliser in that replay was his 27th in all competitions. But overall, it's an Arsenal team picked with half an eye on next Wednesday's game in Italy. The defence is the one that played at Villa Park, but Liam Brady, with a slight knee injury, and Graham Rix, rested, are both absentees. Up front, well, there's still that formidable partnership of Sunderland and Stapleton. This is one of the deputies in midfield today, Steve Gatting. He's been with Arsenal since he left school. He's a younger brother of Mike, the Middlesex cricketer. And John Hollins also brought in today, of course, a very experienced footballer with 3 London clubs, first with Chelsea, then Queen's Park Rangers, and now Arsenal. And a big thrill too today for referee George Tyson from Sunderland. He's a substitute referee taking over from Derek Civil. Didn't know until Wednesday that he would be doing the game. It's his first ever visit to Anfield as a referee. If he hadn't been in charge this afternoon, then he would have been doing a Parks game up on the northeast. And the players having a bit of trouble keeping the ball stationary on the centre spot as Mr. Tyson makes his final checks. It's a pretty windy afternoon, but as you see, beautiful sunshine and strong shadows, which may cause a problem or two for us. Liverpool in the all-red strip, Arsenal in their change colours, light tops and dark shorts. It's Price, Sunderland, Hansen, and Young's header out for Arsenal. Johnson hunting, but he won't get anything out of that. This is Walford. Thompson. Arsenal, I'm sure, will be expecting a siege, but they're a team who've played through a few in their time. It's Irwin playing it in. Dalglish. Johnson, perhaps a little bit disconcerted. The ball may well have moved a bit in the wind. Hollins now with the throw for Arsenal. Thompson. It's Gatting's header. And we've now got green smoke drifting right across in front of Pat Jennings' goalmouth. Somebody from the Kop end has thrown a smoke bomb, and that we can really do without. Referee walking cautiously across to have a look at it. He clearly can't go on with the game while that's smoking itself out. Well, they've smothered it and removed it now. Thompson, Souness, Irwin, Fairclough, Kennedy, Johnson, Dalglish, but the formidable frame of Willie Young was in the way of that. Now it's Sunderland for Arsenal. Talbot robs Hansen, Kennedy to the rescue, Talbot threads it up to Sunderland. Talbot again. The attacks really are not very well supported from midfield, and it looks very much as though Arsenal have come for a point and just will hope to steal the second if they can. Early days, of course, to talk about playing for a point at Anfield with only 11 minutes gone. Souness. Irwin. Dalglish and Fairclough in the middle, but that was a header away by O'Leary. Souness. Irwin. Dalglish to Kennedy and back again. And Dalglish goes through and scores! Now that has made a different game of it. Now that is exactly what Liverpool needed early in the game. Dalglish taking the return pass, holding off two challenges, and through he goes, and that's 1-0. Kenny Dalglish, goal number 21 this season. So that virtually compels Arsenal now to push a few more men forward. Young. O'Leary. And O'Leary deciding that discretion was the better part of valour. It's in the sun and the wind. Sunderland got it. And then Hansen came in hard on Stapleton. Walford. Chased by Lee, and he'll have to hustle. And away goes Lee, but Walford has long legs and a quick turn. And he's given it to Dalglish. Johnson could have taken more time with that. Jennings was a long way out of goal. Arsenal still haven't got it clear because Neil plays it up to Lee. Lee in, and Hollins is there, and Walford has given it away again. Neil. Johnson will chase it out. He's got support from Kennedy. Maybe Arsenal are marshalled now. And there's a chance for Hollins to clear, and he gives it away. And Arsenal seem to have lost all their composure at the back. Fairclough. Good turn. Hollins winning it from Souness's challenge. Talbot. Price. Johnson. Fairclough is in the middle. Johnson has stumbled and lost it. But Dalglish. Irwin. Lee with space. Johnson's header just took it over them all. He had Fairclough and Dalglish behind him. But the way that Arsenal were giving the ball away there, both with and without pressure, was really alarming for the London side. "15 minutes we've been playing. It's Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. Price. Young. Talbot. Dalglish. And that's one for Gatting. Young. Talbot. Sunderland didn't do what he intended, but got a second chance. Hollins. Stapleton. Gets a free kick for Arsenal because of handball by Colin Irwin. And Stapleton really was not doing much more, I think, than trying to hold the ball up while some support arrived. Hollins playing it in. Header down by Thompson for Kennedy. Lee. Neal. Kennedy. It's nicely waited for Irwin. And Johnson coming for the header. Jennings punch. Dalglish is robbed, and it's out for a throw. But it's one-way traffic at Anfield in this first 20 minutes. Kennedy. Souness, and Kennedy again. Irwin. Fairclough. No offside flag. Corner. David Fairclough attacking down right and left and causing problems on both sides. Dalglish with the corner. Just Fairclough for Liverpool in the 6-yard area, but plenty just outside it. Over comes that corner in the wind, and Stapleton gets it away. Souness. Dalglish. Dalglish gets it over, and Fairclough is in. Irwin off the bar. Dalglish, and it's a goal kick. And Colin Irwin was very close to his third goal of the season there. Right foot, and it needed only to have been a couple of inches lower. Really was skidding about all over that 6-yard area. Fairclough didn't get a touch. Irwin coming in and sees it come back off the bar, and then it was Dalglish who turned it just wide. Sun posing problems when that long ball comes through the air from Jennings, but so far Liverpool have been really under remarkably little pressure at that end. Gatting. And that's offside by Talbot. Irwin. Fairclough. Taking on Rice and crossing early. And that was Young stretching out a toe. It really wasn't very far wide of his own post. A yard maybe, not much more. Cross struck in low from Fairclough, and Willie Young just put out a foot, really didn't know where it was going. Corner struck in, oh, and against the post, off an Arsenal defender. Corner came over, and I think it was Walford who got the touch, high up by the angle. Now it's Stapleton, and Arsenal stay only one down. Stapleton fouled by Neal. O'Leary is up to support the strikers, and Young gets up for the header, but it's 2 feet over the bar. Willie Young's header coming to nothing for Arsenal. Over it comes, and over the top goes the header. Kennedy raking the angled crossover. Walford's header into no man's land. Hollins couldn't get a toe to it. Dalglish couldn't find an angle for a shot. Here's Johnson. Kennedy taking it up and crossing hard and low. That was cleared by Price. Souness hits it, and hits it wide. Pressure again, but the final shot from Graham Souness flashing wide. Turned away by Price, and then Souness on the volley. Kept it down well, but couldn't get it on target. Gatting free over on this near touchline. Talbot is delayed until now. There isn't much on for him to turn it back for Hollins. And now they're caught offside. Arsenal back four just sat up and waited for Arsenal to make their own problem there. The Liverpool back four pushing up and the Arsenal midfield crowding up on the front runners. Foul picked up by the referee, Willie Young on David Johnson. One of those little nudges that defenders try to get away with when they think that the referee may be obscured. And it could prove costly because it's certainly in a very threatening position. Neil has gone to join the wall as he did when Liverpool had a free kick from a similar position earlier in the half. Souness will take the kick and hits it over the top this time, but I think we may have to take it again because the referee is not satisfied that everybody was back 10 yards. Mr. Tyson insisting. I think Sunderland probably was the player who broke. He's usually the one who's on tiptoe, straining to get out. Quite legitimate, of course, to try to get there once the ball has been played, but not before. Now soon, and again he's going to have it taken. And I wonder how long he is prepared to tolerate it without getting out his book. Persistent infringement if they won't get back the 10 yards, and Mr. Tyson is determined that they shall. Still not satisfied. Hollins it is who is trying to get his teammates back. Souness strikes it again and again hits the wall. Well, he can't complain, 3 shies and doesn't get anything. It's fair enough. Offside now. Young to Rice. He's taken us up to within 2 minutes of half-time. Some under pressure from Sunderland, who had a hand on his shoulder. Irwin. Kennedy. Very neatly done to work themselves out of the pressure on the touchline. Hansen to Johnson. Dalglish coming out of the middle to take a short pass, but Liverpool making progress without him. Irwin into Dalglish now. Dalglish testing O'Leary with those darting turns and stops. Then he finds Souness. Souness flicking it on, and Neil tried to bend one high into the top corner, but overdid it. The build-up was lovely. Some very typical skills from Kenny Dalglish, dancing and testing his man there, and then a very precise pass and a nice flick from Souness. Only the final shot going adrift. So Leary showing that he can turn with the ball himself, but then losing it to Lee. Offside. It really can't be from there, it has to be in their own half. So we're into the time that Mr. Tyson is adding on, and there's not going to be very much of that because there is the half-time whistle. Very satisfactory for Liverpool. Kenny Dalglish's goal separating the teams, and I suppose the only question that Liverpool will ask themselves in the dressing room at half-time is whether they shouldn't have scored more goals. But there may well be more to come, so join us again in a few moments for the second half. Arsenal then to attack the Koch goal to our right in the second half. 45 minutes left, in which Liverpool can take a very important step further forward towards winning the championship. Been leading the table since the first week in December, and the match is now gradually beginning to dwindle away. It's remarkable how close their duels with Arsenal have been over the years, not just over this last 7 days. They've been playing each other since 1893, and if Liverpool win today, they will be level with 47 victories apiece. Walford's throw, Sunderland flicking it on. Stapleton getting it back off Hansen, and a flicked header by Sunderland, caught by Ray Clements, and that really is just about the first save that Clements has had to make. 1 minute into the second half. Irwin. O'Leary safely to Jennings. Fairclough. Johnson, the pass was too tight, but Johnson may still get in. Oh, Jennings nipping out smartly. Was watching all that from the edge of the 6-yard area, and it was just a quick little sprint to pick up. Foul given against Sunderland on Irwin. Price beating Fairclough. It's still a Liverpool ball. Leary's header intercepted by Dalglish. Souness kept it down but wide. Graham Souness has not had much luck with his shooting this season. Only 2 goals. And Dalglish gives him a chance here. Keeps it down well, very easy to get under those, but gets it wide. Owen to Kennedy. Kennedy to Dalglish. And Dalglish tries to curl one. Some goalkeepers can be caught by those, but Pat Jennings read it with ease and made it look very easy indeed. It's the anticipation. Once it had been anticipated, it wasn't a difficult catch. Walford upfield, header by Neal, interception by Price. Lee jumping, who must be the smallest man on the field. And that was a high boot from Young, which gives a free kick to Liverpool. Souness, Neal, Thompson. Souness again. Fairclough, and Fairclough almost got it over the top. In fact, did get it over the top of Jennings, but got it also over the bar. Very deftly done on the turn. Good left foot effort. Wouldn't dip soon enough for him. David Fairclough, whose 12 goals have been scored in 20 appearances this season, of which 11 are a substitute. It's a remarkable record. Hansen steering it back to Clements. Fairclough with 2 Arsenal defenders having collided with each other, left on the floor. Fairclough went on for the shot, but the shot was well wide and it didn't trouble Jennings. Liverpool getting a little bit frustrated by their failure to find a second goal. I think this was a bit over-optimistic by Fairclough, and you can see it's all 5 yards wide. David Johnson is going to come off, and Steve Highway will take his place. So there'll be no more chance this afternoon for David Johnson to add to his 24 goals this season. Steve Highway will see if he can get one for the first time since November '78, although of course in recent times his first team opportunities have been very limited. Young, Gatting, Stapleton. Sunderland is over on the far side, and Stapleton was going well until Souness stopped him at the expense of a corner. Been playing very nearly 75 minutes, and this is Arsenal's first corner, and that is perhaps a relevant statistic. Wind stretching up that flag and making it easy for Price to keep the ball stationary. It's not a bad corner. Punch from Clements with Young right on top of him. Souness on for Dalglish. Dalglish turning back inside, but Hollins was watching him, and a foul has been given. Hollins didn't think so, nor indeed did Sunderland. Mr. Tyson firm in his decision. Lee crossing. It's come out to Kennedy. Hansen. Fairclough didn't get his kick in, and Young gets the ball back to Jennings. Young and Highway going up together, and then Lee tries one. Well, that was a bit more like it from Sammy Lee. 30 yards out, Sammy Lee. But when the ball came to him, didn't hesitate. Highway went up for the header, and then right foot on the volley from Lee, but Jennings well behind him. Stapleton trying to nod it on for Sunderland, and Sunderland turning it back, and there's the equaliser, and that's the danger that's been there all the time. Talbot has got the goal, and it is now 1-1. Well, that has always been the danger. Talbot just stooping for the glancing header, and it is now 1-1 with 11 minutes to go, and Arsenal will feel completely vindicated by their policy. Paul Vasson, meanwhile, waiting to come on. Bob Paisley, I'm sure, will be mortified by that. Frank Stapleton is the player who has gone off, and Paul Vasson, the substitute, who's come on, and that surely now will give a bit of edge to this last 11 minutes or so. Rice geeing his side up to hang on now. Hollins, and here's Talbot, the goal scorer. Talbot, the only man who's played in all Arsenal's matches this season. This is his 59th game. Young. Lee. Young. Kennedy. Fairclough. Rice. And kept in play by Fairclough. Here's Highway. Can Liverpool now inject the urgency and the finishing that they need in the penalty area? Dalglish couldn't turn on it. He was smothered. Everybody back then for Arsenal. All 11 well back in their own half. Neil, support from Thompson. Walford, Vasson. And a foul on Vasson by Neil. Arsenal free kick. Talbot couldn't take it with him. And that's a goal kick. After this match, Liverpool have only one home game, that's against Aston Villa, to go away to Stoke, Crystal Palace and Middlesbrough. One minute to go as Thompson hoiks the ball upfield. Young, and not even given the minute. Well, it's only 44 minutes on our watches, but the final result is a 1-1 draw. Kenny Dalglish having given Liverpool the lead in the 11th minute, and then 11 minutes from the end, Brian Talbot pops up with the goal that keeps the championship well in the melting pot still.
And for the second successive match, Liverpool are unable to hold on to a 1-goal lead against Arsenal. Well, afterwards, it was Gerald Sinstad who sought the opinions of the men involved. And first of all, he spoke to the Liverpool fullback, Phil Neal.
Phil, would you put that down as one of your most disappointing performances of the season?
Probably in the second half, Gerald, yeah. We put a lot of effort into the first half, and I thought we played as well as we've played for quite a while. But it all seemed to go dead in the second half, and like I say, they snatched the equaliser in the end, and we were a bit disappointed with the second half display.
Why did you lose your grip?
Who knows? It's just the thing. It just went dead. I don't know whether it was just through the semi-final in midweek and just tiredness setting in, Gerald. I don't know, but we certainly lost a little bit.
Are you beginning to feel that it's getting to be an effort to get through 90 minutes?
Not really, no. I think when you've played two semi-finals in a week and play the same team on the Saturday, then it's, if you put in the effort in the first half as we did, then mentally you're jaded if you haven't got the goals in the net, which we hadn't. We'd only got the one, and we probably deserved probably a couple in the first half, and that would have taken the pressure off completely. But we didn't get the goals, and we paid for it in the end.
Well, now let's hear the Arsenal view from Terry Neal, surely relieved at the result after absorbing so much pressure in the first half.
On one hand, obviously not very happy because we hadn't performed in the first half, and yet at the same time we'd given away a silly goal and really been in no great danger in terms of conceding another one, despite all the pressure that Liverpool had.
What do you think changed it in the second half?
A little bit of a chat at half-time, probably, and...
Now we need to know what you said then.
I think, no, the players themselves realised that they could, and they had to lift it a little bit. We didn't play out of our skins in the second half either, but it was enough, really, to get us a draw.
We'll leave you this afternoon with a couple of views from the man who's made Liverpool's ambitions of retaining the title all the more difficult, Arsenal's Brian Talbot. From all of us here, good afternoon.
Goal for Arsenal, actually. Been there a long while now. It was nice to see it go in. It was a good cross from Alan Sunderland, and I got in between the defenders and knocked it past Ray Clements, and I was pleased to see it go in.
Stapleton trying to nod it on for Sunderland, and Sunderland turning it back, and there's the equaliser, and that's the danger that's been there all the time. Talbot has got the goal, and it is now 1-1.
I honestly don't think that Manchester United can catch them now. I don't feel that they'll drop enough points for other people to catch them, and I think that Liverpool will be champions